Hello students, welcome to the e-content classes of KVS RO Jabalpur. In this class of informatics practices, we will be discussing database unit, that is unit 2, and here specifically the text functions and date and time functions. Students, I am Ravita Pathak, PGT Computer Science from KV number 1, Riva. So let us continue. Dear students, I hope you all have a prior knowledge of the DML queries and especially the select query. So with the select query, we will be using the functions learned here, and we will be applying all the functions in the query so that we can make or do more practice. So we will be doing the practice here also in this tutorial. Let us move further. This is one example of select query, select all from employee, the very simple one. You have learned various versions and now you have proceeded to the functions part. You have already learned the mathematical functions. So for you it will be easy to learn the text functions and the date and time functions. We will be learning string functions first. String functions, these are the functions which take the input of a string and then returns either some output string or it may be a number based on the definition of the functions. That means what the function is going to do, based on that it can give the output. So this is the string text functions definition, and the functions that are in our syllabus I want to show you. Okay, before function I want to show you one more thing. Where are we going to run our functions, execute our functions? We are going to do it in the MySQL, and in this MySQL we have this MySQL prompt. Here we will be learning the queries. We will be running the queries, like I can run a query here showing you show databases, a very simple and basic query, and it gives you the output of all the databases in MySQL at this moment. So let us come back. We see our presentation and we learn the functions. The very first function that I am going to tell you about is lower or LCase function. Students, this lower function and LCase function, they work equally and give the same output. That means whatever parameter you have given will be given in lower case in its output. For example, as you see here, I have given Bangalore as a parameter to the lower function, and in this lower function this is in capital letters while in the output it is all small. Similarly, we have a upper function, ucase function, and they both work equal and converts the given argument or parameter into upper case. You can see here in the result, Bangalore is in upper case. So let us run these two functions and see the example. I am coming to our MySQL prompt. Here I am writing the same function, select lower, and I am writing some word here because right now I am not going to show you any table. I don't have any table at this moment active. So I am simply writing all in capital letters, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So let us see what comes as an output. Do not forget the semicolon, and it is all small letters, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Let us see whether LCase works the same way. In the same function, I am going to change this lower into LCase. Let us see LCase, and let us see what happens here. I am going to execute it and I am getting the same result. This means LCase and lower, they work similar. Now I want to use the ucase function, and in ucase I am going to use the same thing, ucase, and here I am making this Kendriya in small letters, writing here again Kendriya It's caps lock on. I'm writing again Kendriya in small letter. And let us see what happens. I am going to run this query. This query is executed and gives you the result all in capital letters. As you can see, Kendriya has been converted to capital letters Kendriya. So let us come back to our presentation slide and see some more functions. Okay, so the next function in category is left. This function extracts the first n number of letters from the left. The general syntax is select left. You have to give a parameter in this portion, comma, and a number here. The number you have provided, that many letters from left will be extracted. Here, as you can see, you have provided 3. So what will happen? The first 3 letters from the left, that means KVS, that is 1, 2 and 3. First 3 letters are extracted and given as output. A similar function is right. It extracts first 8 letters from the right. So I should have written here last 8 letters, or whatever the language you can say, you have to understand it. But what is the meaning is that I will start counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So output is Jabalpur, all 8 letters from the right. The next function is concat function. Concat function adds the word one after other, and it combines, in other words I can say, it combines all the words one after the other. Let us do some practical on these two also. So I am coming here and I am taking the MySQL prompt. I want to show you the left function. Right now I am writing select left. Suppose I have some other example. I can take this example. I have a text written like this: 486001 Riva, and suppose this is a coded and coded string, and I want to see the pin code of Riva. A pin code is always 6 letters or 6 characters, as we all know. So how many characters do we require here to see the pin code is 6. I am writing 6 characters and let us see the output. Yes, I am able to extract the pin code from this particular word. Let us see the right function also. This time I want to extract the name of city. And suppose this encoded word, it is fixed that first 6 letters or characters are the pin code and the last 4 are the city code. So I can write here, I want to see the last 4 characters. So I can take it from the right side. I am taking it here and the output is Riva. So left and right functions are working very well. Let me try for the concat function. Select concat, and here this time I am writing new and comma Delhi. Let us see what comes out. Do not forget a semicolon. It is New Delhi. Now what if you want a space? Students, we require to add a space also if we want to fill the second word only after the space. Here, as you can see, new comma 1 space comma Delhi, and after executing this I am getting a space in between. Let us come back to our slide and see some more string functions. Here I am coming back to my slide and proceeding here. The next function in the series of string or text function is substr. Similarly, I have one substring function and one more function called as mid. These 3 functions, they give you the same output. And that is why I have written them all together so that you do not forget them. Substring, substr, mid. All three functions are able to extract a substring. And that also how? We require the first argument as a word, second argument is a number, and third argument is also a number. The second argument is the position, and the third argument is the length. How much do we want to extract? So let us understand here. Database is given as an argument. I want from fifth position 4 characters to be extracted. So let us see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fifth position is B. So from here I have to count 4 things, 4 characters. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So output is B, A, S, E. Base is the output here. Same will happen with substring and same will happen with the mid function. Length, a very useful function in the database. Length tells you the actual length of any word or parameter provided to it. Here you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the length of this particular argument is 8. There is another length function. It also, this length function, I want to tell one very important thing. Length function counts the length of the argument including the spaces in between the words given in the parameter. So we will see the example here. Let us come to the SQL prompt. I am here in the SQL prompt. Let us work with the length function. Select length and I am writing here KVS. Okay. Do not forget to give the double quotation when you are giving a string. The output is 3. Now I am writing KVS RO Jabalpur. And let us see 13. Now I am making a small change here and I am writing KVS I space RO space Jabalpur in a proper way. And let us see, this time length has been increased to 15. So now you can understand how the changes are occurring here with the filled up spaces. The space in between the argument is always counted. Okay. So here I am coming to the next function. I want to tell you about the substring function also. You can see all the 3 functions. I will start with the mid function. Mid needs 3 arguments. So suppose I want to start from which position? I will start from 5th position and I can take some 15 length. I'm not sure it is 15. Okay, let me say 8 length. So on execution, I am getting RO Jabal. Let us see more. If I increase the length to 11, what will happen? It is RO Jabalpur. One more example. If I make it 101, so what will happen? Just a minute. Okay. Yes. Again RO Jabalpur. So if the length given is more than the actual parameter's length, it will give you all the available characters in that length area. In this way this mid function works, and same way substring functions also work. I want to show you here only one function, substring substr, and same function I am executing, I am getting the same output. Okay, so let us come back to our presentation and see more functions. Here I have few more for you all. There is one function select in str, and in this the first string and second string, there are two strings as shown here. This in-string function helps the user to search the second string into the first string. It tells whether the first string contains the second string or not. So as you can see, it is searching B in database. So if it is available, it gives you an output of position. We are getting the output 5. But if it is not available, the output is always 0. So once again, to summarize, it returns 0 if a string is not found, and it returns the position if a string is found. Let us see this in practical. Here, I want to take the in-string function. So I am writing here select INSTR, and this time let us see KVS, and I want to check whether a B lies here or not. Okay, so let me just check. Yes, it is at position 2. Now let me just check whether B lies here or not. Once again I am checking it. So it is not at all case sensitive. It is going to search you both small and capital V in the given text. Now let us come to the next function. The next function in series is LPAD and RPAD. Both functions I want to tell you together. They are used to fill a particular character or a string from either the left position or the right position. As you can see here, select LPAD salary, 8, star. It means in the salary column, whatever is available in the employee table, we have to make its length as 8, and to fill the spaces, we have to use a star. So suppose one value given in salary is this 22,000, then it will add first spaces to the 22,000 to make it a length of 8. Now after making a length of 8, the rest spaces will be filled with the asterisk as shown here because of this particular function LPAD. Similarly, when I use RPAD, you can see here, this time the filling has been done in the right side. So this is about the padding, LPAD and RPAD. Let us see what more is the functions having in text series. We have LTrim, we have RTrim, and we have trim. I would like to talk about them together. LTrim means left trimming, RTrim means trimming from the right, and trim means trimming from both sides. The trim function is used to trim the spaces. So LTrim will trim the spaces from the left, RTrim will trim the spaces from the right, and trim will trim the spaces from left and right. So if it is a single word and it contains spaces, they will be trimmed. But if it is a word like Kendriya Vidyalaya with spaces in between, the spaces in between are not at all trimmed. Remember once again, the spaces in between the words are not trimmed. Only the left or right or both left and right are trimmed using the LTrim, RTrim and trim functions respectively. Then I am going to talk about the last function, replace, though not given in your curriculum. Still, the replace function helps you to replace the word given as an argument with another word given in third argument. So here in this word database, the base is to be replaced with type. So what will be the output? The database will be converted to data type. These are about the string functions, and let us now further learn the date and time functions. Hope these functions are being clear to you people. and you will be able to use them very nicely. They are simple enough. You just need a small practice. You can use them with the select query of your tables also. Now let us see the date and time functions. Date and time functions. They are very much required sometimes in our query to get the information. So here the functions are available. I will first explain the functions and then I will run one or two functions so that you know how to run them or execute them in the queries. The very first function is year function. Year function returns the year from a given date. As you can see here, a date is provided in the argument, and when written select year, it gives only the date year as an output. Okay, so let me just clear this. It is becoming a small mess. I am erasing. Fine. So this 1987 year has been extracted using the year function. Similarly, cur date, it returns the current date. So cur date will extract the date from your system only. And suppose today's date is what? 25th of July 2020. Then it will give you this date. The format of date is always here in the YY, and then you have month in format, and then you have date in DD format. This is the format of SQL, okay? But you can always change the format in the regional settings. Here the basic format is this only. Date function extracts the date part from the date time expression. Normally date is a combination of date and time both in SQL. So here date function extracts only the date. Now day function, it is equivalent to day of month function, and day of month, they both give the same result. They return the day number in between 0 to 31. If we can say in today's date is 25th of July 2020, then the day of month or day function, they will both return you the same number, and that is 25. Then we have a day name function. Day name function returns the name of weekday. So in day name, whatever date you give as an argument, the day of that date is given as an output. There is a grand list of SQL functions, and you can always see them in the website I have provided here. It is dev.mysql.com. In this website, all many functionalities of SQL are provided. Let us see a few more functions here. Month function, it returns the month from the date passed in the argument, and that is also in the terms of number. Month name, it returns the name of month from the date given to the function. Then now returns the current date and time. Now returns current date and time, and similarly sysdate also returns the date and time from the system. There is a small difference between now and sysdate, and the difference is that now takes the value just before the execution of the command. It takes the date and time from the system, but just before the execution of the command. So you can see here, though we have given 2 times now, after a waiting time of 2 units, still the output is same. While the sysdate, it takes the input of time from the system every moment wherever it counters the sysdate. So here, as you can see, sysdate is 13:47:44 in the terms of time, and after a sleep of 2, I am able to see the 2 units delay in the time also. So this is about the date function. Here the slide comes to an end, but not the functions of the SQL. Dear students, SQL is very vast, open source, and you can learn a lot in SQL as much as you want. I want you people to learn it. They are very useful in the software development part. You can use them as backend, and in taking Python as front end, you can develop beautiful softwares, automated softwares. I hope you have learned properly today, and then you will gain a lot by learning the functions. You will explore them more. So, by these words, I would like to say a bye bye to you all. Good day.